I recently got to see Iron Maiden's The Future Past show 2 more times. And I have to say, I feel so fortunate because that will make a total of 6 times watching the band play that set. And many of you know just how much I love the whole Somewhere in Time era of Iron Maiden. So with that, I've been wondering about how some other Somewhere in Time songs would have sounded and how they might have arranged them. Now, one song in particular keeps coming to mind, and that's Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner. I still think that's such a great title. Isn't it a great title? I find it so powerfully evocative. Anyway, I really love this song so much. I've already made a full deep dive breakdown video about it, so I'm not going to go into everything that makes it awesome, but I will link to it in the description for those of you who want to know more about all the guitar parts, the arrangement, etc. What I have been obsessing over is the outro. And it's just a 2-part harmony in the higher register over the drums and bass and a bit of synth in the background. But the way it's put together makes it sound absolutely exhilarating. It works great on the album, but I'm pretty sure it would not work as well when played in a big arena, because the guitars would sound thin and the whole thing would end up feeling rather weak. There's just no way to get parts like this sounding right at an arena rock show. The issue is that when you have 2 guitars both playing in the higher register, in a big arena things can sound a little thin and a little awkward. You know, think of the interlude on Metallica's Master of Puppets. It sounds wonderful on the album, but I've never heard it sound right live. I mean, it is what it is. So I came up with 3 different arrangements that I think would make sense with Iron Maiden's 3-guitar lineup based on the way they typically arrange this kind of part. So I'll play all 3 back to back, and for each one I'll be playing the 3 guitar parts over the original track, only I've removed Dave and Adrian's original guitar parts with the Moises AI app. So I'll precede each arrangement with a quick explanation of what each guitar is doing, just to make it a little easier for everyone to follow. I think this will be a fun experiment, and while I find all 3 arrangements sound really good, there is one in particular that I really love. So let's start by looking at the arrangement of the original version as it appears on the Somewhere in Time album. This is just a 2-guitar harmony played mostly in parallel thirds, with a few notes being a perfect 4th apart. So Adrian's part goes like this. And Dave's is played higher up like this. Now, in my first 3-guitar arrangement, I would have Adrian and Dave play those same parts and then have Yannick play power chords underneath. The chord progression follows the bass line, but the rhythm is mostly whole notes so that it doesn't end up sounding overly busy. And altogether, it would sound like this. That was pretty standard stuff. Simple and straightforward, but it definitely works. Now the second arrangement. So I based this one on the way they're currently playing the riff to Caught Somewhere in Time. So I'd have Yannick play Adrian's original part. Dave would play the same thing, except he harmonizes the end of each phrase to add a little color. And Adrian would play Dave's original part an octave lower, so that it would be a sixth lower from the main line. And here's how that would all work together. Now in the third and final arrangement, Yannick plays Adrian's original part, Dave plays his own part exactly like he did on the album, and Adrian adds a third harmony, a fourth below his original line, like this. So this three-part harmony would sound like this. So what do you think? My personal favorite is the second one. Maybe because it reminds you a bit of the interlude on Infinite Dreams. And also because it really fills up the sound. I think it would sound absolutely amazing live. But let me know in the comments which one of the three you liked best and why, so that we can keep this discussion going. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for more licks of the beast.